Hi crafty friends! Today I have another index card to share with you. So this is a little process video of one of my index cards that I made for this Index Card a Day challenge on Instagram. So for this thing I had a special topic in my mind. I had this ballpoint pen face that I painted in the last year on a piece of paper, as you can see here, and I wanted to include that into this card because on this page there were two fails as well. So don't look too close at that. I had a time in my life where I sketched a lot of these faces with only a blue ballpoint pen, and I tried out different things, and this was one of the pieces where I was the most satisfied with, and I wanted to get it off of this page with these two fails and thought, okay, let's take it as a focal point on this special index card. In the background of this card you can see there's already a mark from a coffee thing. So I experimented with something, and this was a leftover, and also this handwriting that you can see there that was on a clear tape. I transferred that from an old book page and stick that down there before I even had the idea for this card. Here you can see me struggling a little bit with a sheet of washi paper. So this is this kind of thing that you know as washi tape, but as a whole sheet. And I thought, okay, I want this black-white thingy there onto the coffee mark. And then I decided to tear this face into two pieces because I saw that on another channel, I think 2 years ago, and I was so inspired by that I thought, okay, try that with your own piece. I was a little bit scared because I didn't know if that will work, and I had no copy of this, so this is the original face piece that I use here. And in the end I was really surprised and happy that I did that in this way. As you can see, both halves of this face look suddenly totally different. Even if this was a complete face before, when you tear this into two pieces, it looks like you have drawn this separately. And I was so surprised about this effect. I saw that, as I said, in this video, I think, a few years ago, as I said, and I couldn't believe it. But until now, I haven't tried that by myself, and this was such a surprising thing. So please do that. If you have such a face painted by yourself, take it and make two pieces and be as surprised as I was in this step here of this little index card. In the next step I used the Tim Holtz Distress Ink vintage photo and made a little stenciling on top of this card. I thought that was a really nice effect with this coffee in the background, and also this handwriting got a little bit more in the background with this stenciling. So it is visible but not such in the foreground as before. And then I had this other pattern of this washi sheet because I wanted to break this really hard black and white pattern that I had before from the other washi sheet. Oh, difficult word, sorry. And so I decided to make these little scraps there, and I just tried to find the right position for this because I don't want to destroy this effect of this half faces. And so I tried to get my other ideas to this card first before I glue everything. So here you can see me stamping little bullet journal stamps. They are really tiny little stamps to a piece of scrap paper. That's a little bit thicker paper, something like scrapbooking paper or that stuff. And I stamped these little symbols there. So this is something like a coffee cup and a little ice flower and this little sun. And I tried out different stems from this sheet because I got this new and I had no idea how these stamps will come out, but I wanted to use them on this index card. So to go the safe way, I stamped them to this piece to include them to my card later. Then I cut them into little pieces because suddenly I got the idea how to attach them. As you perhaps know, these cards are really something like an intuitive process. I don't plan anything like I would do it normally. And as I said in my other videos, I share my process even if it's perhaps not such successful or what I planned. So in this case, it was really surprising because I was so satisfied with it. That was something like really unreal, but yeah, some happy days for me as well, please. And when I was satisfied with the arrangement of this washi tape, I glued it down, and then I tried to get the faces in the same height on the left and the right side, and glued them down as well. And then I took this little thread, I just fixed it on the back side, wrapped it around this card and fixed the other end as well. If you want to do that by yourself, please make sure that you don't make that too strong. So don't tear this, no, not tear, push or pull, I don't know, I can't remember which word is which, so you know what I mean. Don't do that with too much intensity so that the card is not getting wavy, so that's what I want to say. In the next step, I tried to get a little frame around this tiny stamping thingies, and I did that with my loved Stabilo All pen. I scribbled around it a little bit and then smeared the color a little bit around so that when I put these little elements here to the card, they come a little bit more three-dimensional to the foreground. And yeah, I just decided to use only these 5 things, and I put them in between of these little strings so that it looks like they are clamped there in some way behind. And yeah, this card is a little bit something of a confusion of one person, so this shall say this sometimes a little bit struggling feeling, this yeah, things that you don't know what to do first, that you are perhaps parted into 2 parts and that you are not one anymore. So that's the idea behind this card and behind this fact that I made 2 pieces out of this face. In the end, I followed my self-made rule with these white dots. So I made this rule for myself that I want to have these dots in as an element in every card of this 61 cards I have to make in this challenge. So for this card, I decided to make it this way. And then in the end, I went around the whole card with my all pen and also smeared it around a little bit so that the frame gets a little bit more of a dimension. So yeah, I hope you like this process. Perhaps you would like to make your own, and hopefully that was a little bit helpful. If you like this, please subscribe to my channel. Please give me a thumbs up for this video. If you would like to share it. I would be really, really happy. And yeah, until the next time, I wish you a really happy time and bye-bye.